welcome to another Hellman video. This time it is how to skip everything except for Ossirian and Ossirian trash. So basically we're skipping, what most of the runs currently do is they kill the first boss, kill the second boss, skip Bruru, skip Amos, skip Moam, and go straight to Ossirian. You still have to kill all the trash to the first boss, all the do that big event for the second boss, and then kill the trash all the way to Ossirian. What this lets you do is it lets you skip all of that and just do the Ossirian trash and Ossirian. What's needed is you need to have a warlock in the group. You need to have a healer at the instance, and then you need to. That's about it. And then for the hunter, necessities are either having a wolf pet or a pet that can furious howl and probably dash. Yeah, that can furious howl and dash, or have a gnomish cloaking device, or have invisibility potions. We'll go over why you need them soon. Why do you want to do this? Lets you save time. Let's the rest of the raid save time. You can either sell the instance to a group of people, whether it's a GDKP group or a different group. You maybe could sell it for a couple hundred gold. And be like, hey, here's an Ossirian. You know, all you have to do is zone in with your warlock and your priest, and then we can summon the rest of your raid to Ossirian. Obviously, the warlock needs at least 18 shards to summon the rest of his raid there. Or if you're doing a GDKP, which GDKPs are very popular on my server right now, I do a bunch of them. Or a gold run or a soft res or something. The only really loot people care about besides the books are the Ossirian loots. The staff, sand polish hammer, crossbow, leggings, black blizzard, burst brutality, etc. Are all still very good items when gearing your character up for Nax, and definitely worth getting. So how do we do this? Show you right now. So I'm gonna put my pet over here, and I'm going to be ready to send him in to attack these gladiators or run away. There is one of these swarm guards that will pat all the way to here, turn around and run away. I want to wait for that guy to come do that. One thing with these gladiators is I can get to about right here before I aggro the gladiators. If I use this wall, I can get a lot closer because I'm not in line of sight of them. I'm going to be using this to get a little more distance once we start going. But here's the swarm guard right here. Gonna mark him so we know for later. He's gonna come into the room and leave the room. I'm gonna send our pet in. As we're sending our pet in, we're gonna get as close as we can to these gladiators. Pet's going in, and pet's going out. Sprint away. As we're running into this room, there's a lot of mobs that pat really near this corner, and you have a chance to aggro them. You can be a little patient. Aggro the swarm guard. I'm gonna feign right here. I'm already past these guys. Since I'm feigned here, I'm gonna wait to make sure I'm safe, that these wasps are far away and there's no other swarm guards coming, and run into this corner. We're gonna mount up in this corner and wait for a feign death to come off cooldown. All the mobs in here have very weird pathing. It seems random, but obviously it's not. But all of them have a chance. Not all of them, but a lot of them have a chance to run over to the wall as running by. You just gotta pay attention and not run into them as you're going. Like the swarm guard right here is gonna run to here. These stingers will get kind of close to the wall, so make sure we're avoiding them as we go. And that's why we wait for our feign death cooldown before we move, because just in case we run into mobs, we can always feign them off of us. You do move pretty quick on your mount, where you can avoid most of the stuff. And as long as you're running with your camera facing outwards, you can make sure you avoid most of the things. Like this stinger pack's gonna run up to here. If we're running by, they would have aggroed us, but we're just gonna wait. After you've done this a couple times, you'll get used to it. So this is probably the hardest corner to get around, but it's really not that hard. There's a couple of these stinger packs that cross the corner, a couple swarm guards that come around this corner, and main thing is just pay attention to any mobs that are coming by, and wait for your shot to go by. Get to here, jump up again. Then we're going to be going past Kurnax. This swarm guard does get right here. If you're standing down on this platform, when it comes right here, you will aggro it and you'll have to feign so you can stay up here. Now that I know it's gone, I'm gonna run over to here. These stinger packs both rotate in opposite directions around current X. You just want to make sure neither of them are down in this area when you try to make this run by him. And then I'm going to hug the left wall and stay up in the left as far as possible, and I won't aggro the boss. If you do aggro the boss, you can obviously feign him, but he will aggro. It's zone-wide combat, and it'll teleport the rest of your party to him and kill him. This is the second boss right here, or the second boss event, and then the second boss. Everything has a really small aggro radius, so we're going to just run by it all. Almost all of it. When we get to here, the one thing you can't run by is this pack right here. That distance is too small. There's 3 options here. You can either pet pull them and then run by as they're on your pet. You can use a gnomish cloaking device if you're an engineer. Obviously, if you've done this before and you failed, your cooldown won't be up, so you'll need a backup option. Or if you're not an engineer, you can either use a lesser invisibility potion or an invisibility potion. And basically, you're going to cheat on, and you're going to go invisible and run to here. One of the new methods I found out where you don't have to need any of that is pet pulling. So, this is where Furious Howl and having a wolf is really helpful. When I send our pet in, just like you did in Dire Maul, sprint him, make sure he actually gets a hit off. Furious Howl. Once I have the Furious Howl buff on me, all those mobs now have aggro on the wolf and will attack the wolf and won't hit me as I walk by. If you don't have a pet that has Furious Howl, or a way to buff your character, there's a chance they will hit you instead of your pet. I don't know why they sometimes decide to do that, but they can hit you and they'll daze you and then you'll just die right there. So it really helps to have a pet like the Furious Howl and grab aggro. Now we're gonna leave our pet right here and feed it and mend it. Same thing as before. On this side to my left, there's 2 of these gladiators, and we're gonna use our pet to pull them over here, and then run by them and feign. So I don't like peeking out too much, so I just use Eagle Eye to get my target, mark him too, jump, and I'm gonna send the pet in. Second he has aggro, have him come back. Ooh, we almost got one shot. Those things hurt. Also, my pet's not 60, so. And then we're gonna feign on the side of the wall, out of line of sight, so we're good to go. One thing with this room is the only thing you have to worry about is this Flesh Hunter. Put a little square on him. His pat is he comes in this right side, comes down here, comes really close to you here, comes up here and goes on this left side. Anytime he's leaving the room left or right is a good time to go, or if he's on this right side, you're good to go as well. I'm not sure if you're all the way in this corner if he'll aggro or not. I haven't tested that, so I'd recommend not. But now that he's far away, I'm going to get here and wait for my Feign Death to come off cooldown. We're going to hug this left wall to move past the soldiers. They will shoot you, they will hit you, but they don't do a lot of damage. So as long as you don't get dazed, you're good to go. Wait till Feign Death has like 10 seconds left on it, and this guy's out. The Flesh Hunter is out, and gonna mount up, and we're good to go. Like I said, the mobs will aggro you, but it's not that much to worry about. When these mobs get close to you, they can hit you, so you want to turn around so they don't daze you. You want to make sure you land on the pipe. Get off the pipe, or unmount and fall off, land in the water, and Feign Death. Now you're at Buru. The one pat you have to worry about here is this Flesh Hunter. I'll mark him. His pat is let me get up here so you can see. He's up at the top of the ramp. He'll either go right or left. If he goes right, he'll run over here. If he goes left, he'll come all the way up this path over here. Either way is fine. You just need him either going far right or up that left path in order to get by him. Oh, so he's going left here. So we're just gonna stay out of line of sight of him. Wait for him to get to like here-ish, and then we'll run by. And now we're at these mobs. These mobs suck if you're playing the game normal, but we're gonna be skipping all of them. So we're gonna use these roots or whatever you'd call them in order to bypass most of this trash. Mount up. There's another strat where even if you got to here, you could jump down to like right here, not aggro anything, pop a 18-second invis pot and run by everything. But once again, if you don't want to use invis pots or don't want to use a invis trinket, you can do all this without any of that. So we're gonna run. All I did was I jumped into this corner and then jumped up here, and then now I'm all the way up here. What we're gonna do once we're up here is we're gonna Eyes of the Beast, our pet, jump him down to here, have him attack this pack of mobs, and then sprint and have him attack like the Silith feeder over here, so it pulls all these mobs away. Make sure we have cheetah on so we can run fast, and then we're gonna run as far as we can out here without aggroing the Amos pats, and then we're gonna feign. So once again, our pet might die, don't want to run away, we're gonna feed him. And we're gonna mend him. I don't know why I waited so long to start mending him. Oh, make sure you have cheat on, so you have to put it on when you're going. As the Beast, our pet. Jump him down to here. And so you want to be spamming the attack option the second you end Eyes of the Beast, or else he'll just teleport back up next to you. So we're gonna click off this, spam attack, click this over here. Second he has aggro, we're gonna send him an attack, sprint away, all the mobs are on him, and then we can simply jump down. Our pet's running the opposite direction with all the mobs on him. He's dead, so the mobs are coming after me. We're gonna get as far as we can into this room without these mobs getting close to us. Just watching where these pats are and keeping your eyes up. Got really lucky on the patrols in the Amos room. Made it all the way to the ramp. We're just gonna simply feign. And now we've done it. We've made it to Ossirian. Now you're like, cool, you're a hunter, you made it to Ossirian. Now what? So if you've done the AQ40 skip before, you know how this works. You soulstone a healer, and you have the warlock die, you have the healer die, and so you leave the warlock and the healer inside the instance online, and we're gonna use our pet to pull Ossirian. We're gonna have it teleport everyone to him, and then it'll kill them, and then the priest takes the soulstone, or the paladin takes the soulstone, reses the warlock, and then you, the priest, and the warlock all summon the rest of your group there. If you're just selling the instance and you're not, sorry, it's pretty late at night. If you're just selling the instance, obviously you leave there and they could summon the last person in the group. If you're running it with them, you would, just go for the kill there. You switch characters, get summoned, and go in from there. Like I said, I haven't sold this or done this yet to a point where I know if it locks you once they kill the instance or not, so I'm not 100% sure on that part. But what you do now is, so I have my partner in here on his hunter. Doesn't matter what class it is, but I'm just going to show you how it teleports people to the end. So we're just going to send our pet in with Eyes of the Beast, and basically aggro Ossirian. Now that pulses raid-wide combat. So he's in combat right now. Everyone in the instance would be in raid-wide combat. We're just gonna wait for him. I can let him kill me, and then he'll teleport people, or I can do this. Feign death when he gets to here, and it'll teleport everybody online in your party to here, and eventually kill them. So, and that'll reset the fight. Obviously, you'd wait until the tornadoes go away so you don't take your soul stone. But it will one by one summon everybody in the raid. So if you don't have buffs and no one cares about dying, and you don't want to summon everybody, say the warlock doesn't have a lot of shards, you can literally just have the entire raid come here and wipe, get teleported here and die, or you can have the warlock, and then the priest or paladin accept their soul stone and just start rezzing everybody. Other option, like I said, is having the warlock and the priest are the only two people that get pulled here. The priest would take their soul stone, res the warlock, and then the 3 of y'all can come right here and summon the whole rest of your raid. Then you would obviously kill the trash and kill Ossirian. Obviously really important to have wipe protection if your group's not confident in killing Ossirian without wiping. If you do wipe, you have to do this all over again. So if you're not confident you can do this without wiping, not necessarily for you, unless you have other soul stones, DIs, etc. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. I will post a link to the video guide that I took this from. It was a Chinese one that one of my friends showed it to me. And then I improved a couple of strats. I think improved. I made it so you don't have to use invis pots or invis trinket, and you can do the whole thing with pet pulling and with maneuvering around, etc. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, what does everyone say? Toss a like. If you really enjoyed the content, subscribe as well, and I'll see y'all maybe for another WoW guide, maybe PoE, maybe TBC WoW. We'll see what's next, but hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time.